White here for SportsSpeak Sports Broadcasting. I'm happy to have B. Wayne Brasher, the Cardinal, with us tonight.
Hello, JP. It's good to be here.
Are you a Cardinal?
I am a Cardinal. Yes, I'm a Cardinal through and through. I first went to Lamar in 1955. That's a long time ago.
Then you play a little football for him. What's that now?
I tried to play
What position?
Well, I was a quarterback. I know looking at me now you can't figure that out, but I was a quarterback and didn't last long. Got a knee injured down at Lamar and ended my career, but it was a great feeling. I had a lot of good years there after both injuries. I injured my first knee when I was a sophomore in high school, and went on down to Lamar when I graduated, and I was a walk-on down there. They didn't offer me a scholarship or didn't know anything about me for that matter, but I was a walk-on down there and earned a scholarship, and then got the other knee hurt, and so that was it. I was out of knees and out of football.
Well, good luck to you on those, and I know you've been doing good with your knees, and I hope you'll have to do the same. Real good.
Thank you, JP.
You did some radio broadcasting, and what's your philosophy about broadcasting? What can you tell us along that line?
I'm going to tell everybody pretty much what you told me. Now, number one thing you told me is that you taught me everything I know, but you didn't teach me everything you knew, and that was good, okay? But number one, when you're broadcasting high school sports, it's about the boys and it's about the game. You need to keep whatever ego you have out of it and just tell about the game and tell about the boys, and it'll come across very natural.
You mean like you're not coaching?
No, you're not coaching from up there, and most broadcasters don't have the ability.
You're not supposed to be officiating either, are you?
Oh, no, you're not supposed to be officiating, but I think we all do that, you know. Officiating is yet another art, really. There's so many things going on the football field that officials are going to miss some calls. You cannot get every call. So you could go back and look at film, you know, and howl and carry on about, oh, he missed this, he missed that, and but it equals out, you know. The officials aren't pulling for anybody. They're out there trying to do the best they can, and you cannot catch every infraction on the football field.
There you go. In other words, and you keep it kind of simple.
Yep, keep it simple.
What kind of listeners do you think you have?
Well, my wife, you know, she used to listen for that matter, and I think your wife listened to us for that matter,
and she corrected me.
That's true, but I tell you what, it was kind of fun when you walked down the street the next week and somebody said, "Hey, caught the game, good job." You know, it made you quietly proud for that matter. But there again, you know, the philosophy is it's about the boys, it's about the game, and you just keep it that way.
And you're following sort of radio broadcasting right now. What do you call these guys at the ball game and tell them what's going on?
I do the public address announcing for Silsbee basketball, Silsbee home basketball.
Boys and girls?
Boys and girls.
Okay.
It's kind of fun, and your previous guest mentioned before, and it made me feel good, said you're doing a good job there. And if that comes from somebody with the credentials of Fred Williams, then I feel like I'm doing a good job. But it's the same thing there, you know. I try to put a little spirit in it, for that matter. I'll use some voice inflection and tone there that a lot of people are afraid to get into, but I'm trying to bring attention to the team and to the players, and they appreciate it.
And you did go to television too, you and Dr. Moody, was it?
We've done a little television, but that was short-lived.
I want to know about the football team this year, the Silsbee football team. What can you tell me about them?
Well, I'll tell you what, we don't have the squad that had the talent that we did last year, okay? And principally, that's in the quarterback position. Most people in this area know that we had a gifted young man that was a senior last year by the name of Jeremy Johnson, and he was a Class A. Ended up going on scholarship to West Virginia University. Now, that story in itself has developed further, that he's no longer at West Virginia University. And I don't know, but under, the undercurrent says that he may end up at Lamar University. And it would be great if Lamar could get him, because he is a talent. Now, getting back to this year, we had to take one of our all-district receivers last year, and he became quarterback this year. Now, if you're going to take somebody that's used to catching the ball and running with it and scoring with it after that, and make him your quarterback, then you got to find somebody to put where he vacated, for that matter. Right. And so our forces in that regard, we've got some real good receivers. Prentice Lane, whose main claim to fame is a basketball player, but Prentice plays wide receiver. And Sylvie has a play, particularly when they're trying to make a two-point conversion, where they'll throw it in the end zone and it's up for grabs. And Prentice is like almost 6'3", and you don't have too many high school cornerbacks that are 6'3", and he gets that ball every time. And then we've got a fellow by the name of Gaines that's a point guard on the basketball team, but he's also a gifted receiver. And there are a number of others, but Silsbee made it to the playoffs. They're going to be the big school out of District 21-3A.
Yeah, there's something right you mentioned, point guard. What is that in basketball? Tell me about it.
That's the guy that runs the team on the floor, okay? Pretty much now, they have these positions numbered, okay? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, all right? We used to, back in our day, we had 2 guards, a center, and 2 forwards. Not anymore, okay? The point guard is like the quarterback on the football team. He is the guy that generally is handling the ball, trying to set up the offensive play. If it doesn't work, they throw it back out to the point guard, and he starts over, and he calls play. Coach is in his ear all the time, telling him what he wants done on the court offensively. So that's the point guard.
Okay. Now, we've talked about the football team. How about the girls' basketball team? They're getting started now.
Sylvie had not been predicted to have very much. But I tell you what, this coach that they got last year and is back again this year really gets mileage out of his players. I'm encouraged.
What's that guy's name? That's not Travis Williams, is it?
No, Travis Williams is the boys' coach. And I knew you were going to ask me this, and I've got it in my notes outside, and I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but
he's a man. He's good.
He's a good one for that matter. Next time we'll say it twice.
There you go. And of course, in the boys, you don't know yet. You haven't seen them play. So
No. The boys, I think they've scrimmaged a couple times, but they have not had a game yet, for that matter. Now they're projected to be pretty good. We've got like 3 starters back from last year. DJ Stallworth is one. Prentice Lane, I've already mentioned, is one of the starters. Gaines is the point guard. He's the receiver on the football team. He's one of the starters. But talking with Coach last night, I says, "You ready?" He said, "Well, we're not quite there yet, but he's got them running."
How about some of these players that have gone on?
Well, Sylvie's had a great football reputation over the years. We've had some great coaches and some real good players, and basketball players too. I guess 2 guys that have made it the furthest in football, and when you think about going from little old Silsbee, Texas, into the National Football League, you can really use some imagination there. But who do we have? James Hunter, I believe, was one of them. And then William Graham was another one that had nice pro football careers. And there again, if you just think about it, it's kind of like going from Cleburne to Dallas there. When you go from Silsbee to the NFL, that is some high stepping.
We have a little lady. Do you remember the girl that he went to Florida. What is?
Yep. Her name was Brandy McCain, and she played 4 years down at Florida. Started her last 3, and I think she ended up being a starter about midway in her freshman year. And
wasn't very tall either.
no,
How tall?
she
What'd
was
you say her height might have been?
Well, she might have said 5'6", but she was 5'4" at the most, I think. Brandy's only drawback, she had knee trouble. She injured a knee, and it impaired her speed a little bit. And when I say only trouble, she didn't have trouble for that matter, but she would have really been something, I think.
I got to tell you this one. Another fella and I were broadcasting a ball game down at, somewhere south of Beaumont one night, and Brandy was playing, and we get back to this thing about the broadcaster coaching. Brandy, all of a sudden, was underneath the goal. Now, I wanted to ask you about playing post, but anyhow, somewhere into that, they get under there and they say they're playing post.
Mm-hmm.
And the other broadcaster said, "Oh, look at that, Brandy's too little to be in there playing post. No, you can't do that. What's the matter with the coach? Well, the coach letting that little girl." And about that time, they all did something else, and pretty soon here she was under there again. And the coach, the broadcaster, I punched him in the shoulder, but he didn't pay attention to me. But he said, "She's too little to be under there playing post." Says, "What's the matter with that coach?" Oh. About that time, little Brandy ran out past the three-point line. Nobody out there with her. They fell to the ball. She dropped it through. And I said, "Coach, I think that's the reason she's playing post." We got to the end of that one.
Setting that
So much
play
for
up.
that. All right. Well, I think maybe we may be sort of running out of time, but B. Wayne Brasher, I certainly do appreciate you. I appreciate you coming by. You helped me when you were in the banking business. I remember one day I lost a check, but you found it for me.
Well, JP, I thank you for asking me, and I hope you'll have me back, and we can talk about some other stories. I'd love to tell you about coming out of Class A football and coming down to Lamar, and the growing up experience. It was just, great memories for me, and I'd love to talk about it.
We're going to do it again. All righty. We're listening to SportsSpeak program, sports program. You get that name, SportsSpeak. That's what,
I know it. I saw you.
I'm J.P. White, and I'm tickled pink to have B. Wayne Brasher. And thanks for being to come by, and we're going to do it again.
Okay, good. I look forward to it.